If you guys didn't know, I just launched a second channel with exclusive bonus Call of Duty content, ring around the rosy on your ass, bud, and more. Click the link in the description, go over there and subscribe. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. In today's video, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be talking to you guys about some things that I think Infinite Warfare needs to come out with and some things that I think they will come out with. Now, this is just all ideas from the top of my head, stuff that I think should come to the game by the end of the life cycle, but as of right now there's no leaks for this stuff. It's all just rumors, along with the classic weapon variants, along as weapon skins and some other stuff I'm going to talk about in this video. So what I want from you guys is I want you guys to, leave in the comment section down below, what other things do you think Infinite Warfare should add into the game that, would be easy and would be a plausible thing for Infinity Ward to add into their game that would make the game better. And we'll have a big conversation down in the comment section down below. That would be absolutely awesome. So let's go for 2,000 likes in this video. I'd really appreciate if you guys could smack up that likes. And if you guys like my ideas, like this video and subscribe if you guys are new. And let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the possibility of classic weapon variants. Now, as of the leaks that we've had of now, we know that there's leaks of new classic weapons. The ACR, we don't know which game it's from because they had the ACR on Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, as well as there was the Amili from COD Ghost. Those were the leaked classic weapons that, were found somewhere in the code. Does that mean they'll come out? Maybe so, maybe not. But what I really want to talk about is classic weapon variants, because at the rate we're going with Infinite Warfare right now, they are throwing in a ton of variants. That's not even including the Mark II ones. Every single update, I think we've had 3 or 4 Quartermaster updates so far, and all of them included, I think, 12 new variants. So we've had like 50 new variants put into the game so far since release, and we are only 2.5 months into the game. So we're about 1/5 of the way through the life cycle. So at that rate, we're probably going to get, end up getting 200 more variants or something like that. And I wouldn't even be surprised if the rate increases of how much activity they are with throwing stuff into the game, because they're going to want to get the most out of that life cycle. Now, I'm not sure why they haven't added new weapons already and new classic weapons, because honestly, you have a 12-month life cycle with these Call of Duty games. You'd think they'd want to, throw the weapons in like first week of December and try to make as much money as they can, but maybe they felt, I don't know if they felt guilty about not having leaderboards in or anything like that. The game was kind of incomplete, but the game is going to be complete here in the next month or so, and after that, I think we're going to be getting a ton of new DLC, and they're just going to go ham with throwing weapons in. So what I want to talk about is the possibility of classic weapon variants, because right now there's so many epic guns, and there's things that, an epic gun of the ERAD will make the ERAD so much more powerful than the base variant. And with all of the classic weapons, one big problem is, you can't get nukes with them, because the only way to get nukes in this game is to get them through the variants. Now, I really would love to see a nuke variant for every single one of the classic weapons, but it's not only that, it's that if they keep throwing in all of these new epics and, 200 new variants throughout the life cycle of this game, yet they stay with the classic weapons and don't touch them at all and just leave nothing on the classic weapons, a base UMP45 or a base OSA is not going to match up when you have 4 or 5 epic NV4s or 4 or 5 epic ERADs to pick from. Those ones are definitely going to be super duper overpowered. We're already looking at really overpowered variants with, the new Mauler that basically you can spray people down. Mauler Mammoth has double damage with a bit slower fire rate, and some of these epic variants are crazy, and I'm worried that as of right now, I think the MACTAV 45 is really good still, and the OSA is still pretty decent, but the classic weapons are definitely going to be outshined, especially ones like the S-Ravage, by Rack 9, Rack 9 epics and a bunch of epic shotguns and stuff that are going to be coming to the game, and that's why I think they need to do classic weapon variants, and I want to get your guys' opinions on that. Do you guys think that's something that should come to Infinite Warfare, or should they leave the classic weapons untouched? If they do leave the classic weapons untouched, they definitely will need to buff them a little bit, because it is kind of unfair that you get those 2 built-in perks on your epic gun compared to the classic, which has basically nothing, not even a common. It's just literally nothing. Now, next thing I want to talk about, and that I think they should do more in Infinite Warfare, is something to do with weapon skins. And what I mean by that is how they made the RPR Evo into the Ripper through the epic gun. That was absolutely awesome. It's like the Ripper is a completely different gun from the RPR Evo, even though it only is a variant of that. Now, what I mean by that is with these epic guns, since they're going to be adding so many more, they need to get creative with them and do sort of more things like they did with the Ripper. I thought the Ripper was an absolute genius move. The Ripper is one of the most popular guns in the game, or, the most sought after epic guns. And what I mean by this is they should have variants of, an epic variant of the FHR-40, which looks like a P90 and turns your gun into a P90. It could be called the FHL-40 P90, or they can make up a completely new name for it, whatever, something like that. They should have a variant of the Volk, which makes it look like an AK-47 from Modern Warfare 2, classic AK-47 iron sights. Same thing with the FHR-40 P90 iron sights. They should have one that makes the Karma 45 look like the Vector from COD Ghost. There's plenty of different options here, and that's what I mean by they should add these weapon skins in as epic variants. They have a perfect opportunity. Last year there was a rumor about these weapon skins coming to supply drops, but this year I think, and obviously they never ended up coming out, but this year I think this is the perfect situation because they've already done it. The Ripper is basically a weapon skin. It's a variant, but it's completely skinned. You can tell it looks exactly like the Ripper from COD Ghost, when the RPR Evo is similar to the Ripper, but it's definitely not the same. You guys get what I'm saying there. And I think this year, with these weapon variants and the classic weapons, there's just opportunities for so much to be done through the supply drop system that instead of just throwing in, random calling cards, emblems, and throwing in the Mark II weapons, which were essentially every single weapon just duplicated, I think that they should definitely have people designing this and working on classic weapon variants. So the classic weapons, you're able to get nukes with them. It's because as of right now, all you can get is the 30 kill streak, or 30 gun streak, which isn't really that sought after. The Juggernaut medal is not very popular compared to getting an actual nuke. And then of course they should also add these weapon skins. Now there's a bunch of other stuff Infinity Ward can do here. Usually Infinity Ward has not been the most innovative. I'd say Treyarch probably has been the most innovative out of the Call of Duty series. One thing that Infinity Ward did, and back in COD Ghost, which was their last game, they actually were very innovative on that one. They had a voice packs, which was like, they had a Snoop Dogg voice pack, where Snoop Dogg was your announcer in game. That was absolutely dope. They also had I think the only ever kill streak skin, which was the attack dog. You could get it skinned so it basically became an attack wolf. And there's a lot of things in Call of Duty, like Call of Duty seems to always take steps forward and then steps backwards, and that's not what I really hate that about the game. Theater mode came out 6 years ago. Why doesn't every single game have theater mode? Why is there no theater mode in Infinite Warfare? It doesn't really make sense, but of course, we have bigger things to worry about with combat record and leaderboards. Also, Advanced Warfare had something genius where you could put basically attachments, or put perks or attachments, whatever you want to call them, onto your kill streaks. You could turn your UAV into an advanced UAV by throwing on those attachments onto it, and then it would make it cost more points. That was absolutely genius by that game, Advanced Warfare, and it was just never duplicated by by Treyarch or by Infinity Ward. It's gonna be interesting to see if the next Advanced Warfare game has that, because I thought that was a great feature. And you guys get where I'm going here. It seems like one studio takes a step forward, the other studio takes a step forward in another direction, but they don't pull that other stuff. Now, with the killstreak, DLC or the killstreak skins, I think that's definitely a possibility. I think Call of Duty really needs to have more stuff that is cosmetic. They have kill streak. They should be having stuff like that. They should be having payload skins. So when you pull out the claw, it looks like a dope machine gun. They should have stuff like, your little vulture looks like a Talon. Your Warden kill streak looks like a Harrier from Modern Warfare 2. All this sort of stuff should be available, because this is stuff that doesn't affect the gameplay. And that's the main thing that people hate about supply drops, is that they actually affect the gameplay. Now, of course, that's what gets people to buy and what gets people to care about it. But I think along with that, there's so much more options here with all the ideas I'm spitting out in this video. Classic weapon variants, that needs to happen. And honestly, I would be surprised if that doesn't happen. I'd say 70% chance that happens before the end of this life cycle. Weapon skins, like what they did with the Ripper, I'm not sure if that's going to happen again, but it definitely should. I mean, it's something so easy. It's just like creating another variant, but you already have to look for the gun from a classic gun, and it would get people super hyped. And then, of course, kill streak skins and, attachments on kill streaks. This is all more advanced stuff, but it's just stuff that I think Infinity Ward and Infinite Warfare could, it could make the game better. Obviously, it's too late to do the attachments on the kill streaks in this game. I'm not saying to do it for this game. I was just using that as an example as Call of Duty going forwards and backwards. But in this game, we definitely need classic weapon variants, and we definitely need some more classic weapons as, epics, as skins. And then, of course, we're going to have new weapons actually coming into the game, whether it's the ACR, a melee, who knows what sort of stuff. That should definitely be starting up soon, probably after they update their game here in late January, as well as February. We can look forward to seeing that sort of stuff. So if you guys did enjoy this video, spit out some ideas on what Call of Duty should be doing here. I want to hear all you guys talking in the comment section down below. Give me your ideas, all that sort of stuff. Also, thank you guys for watching. That's about it. Let's drop a like on this thing. Let's go for 2,000 likes. Subscribe for a cookie and don't lookie. And have a great night, guys. I'm out. Peace.